Welcome to Real Talk on the WCOBM network. I'm Melissa Wiggins, your host, and I'm joined today by Arian. And Arian, you are a new member of the Real Talk Youth Impact program. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you heard about Real Talk and why you became a member.
A friend of mine that I work with, he was telling me about Real Talk, and he had talked to Cherie. Him and his wife had two of their children go through the Real Talk program. And so he told me about the qualifications that you needed to be in Real Talk, and I thought it was a good program. And I just wanted to be able to participate and to help you.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about those requirements.
Well, for me, I got in trouble as a youth. I was in the gangs, and I spent some time in the juvenile system in a place spot called Rancho Campo down in San Diego. And that was my first time. As a matter of fact, my first time was juvenile hall, taking a charge for another friend, associate of mine, had some cocaine on me, and I took the rap for it because they found it on the ground near us, and so I ended up doing a few months in juvenile hall, and then after that, with Rancho Campo, after I had got busted with few ounces of marijuana, and so I felt that, those are the things that I could tell the youth that they might want to avoid as they get older. These things happen to me. I'm 46 now. When I was 18, I continued to get in trouble until I was at least 25 years of age, until I wised up and said I needed to make a change.
Okay. And tell us, what does it take to get into a program like this? What are some of the expectations and requirements as a member?
Well, I think from what I understand is that you had to have done prison time or some type of time in the criminal system. Basically that's it. Running, if you did some type of time, federal, state, or even county, then you could qualify for the program. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically telling the youth what they want to avoid as young men and women. It's things that they don't want to go through. We try to tell them how to avoid going into those lifestyles that cause you to be incarcerated.
Okay, and describe that incarceration experience for youth that you're trying to deter going down that same road. How would you define that experience of being incarcerated?
Loss of freedom, not good. I can tell you like this, I don't know, when I first spent time in juvenile hall, my first time taking a rap from my friends, sack of cocaine. The first few days there, after a while, as a youth, I think I was about 15 or 16. I was scared. I even shed a few tears after being in the room. Now that's the juvenile, that's on the juvenile level. As far as the penitentiary, I never made it there. Although I did things that I could have been there, that I could have put me in the penitentiary. But God seemed fit otherwise, and I ended up doing some minor jail time, and that's not good.
Okay.
Being locked up in a cell. They tell you when to eat. They tell you when the lights is out, and you basically in a tank, holding tank, where you have they tell you when you can shower and when you basically not when you use the restroom, but you're pretty much using the restroom in front of a bunch of grown men.
So what was the defining point for you in your life that made you say that I have to abandon what I'm doing and get back on the right track?
For me, it was one evening I was drinking alcohol, and I used cocaine, so I didn't use that evening, but my whole thought process was, I don't want to mess with, crack cocaine anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink, lesser evil, which would be the alcohol. But what ended up happening is that craving for the cocaine came after I had got drunk, and I ended up not being able to find any. Searched the streets, came back to the place where I was staying at, fell asleep, intoxicated on the alcohol, and woke up in the morning and just said, I can't do this anymore if I want to have any type of life. That was it for me.
So that was the light that just kind of came on for you when you realized that you had to make a change.
That was, I got clean back in February '96. It'll be 21 years this month coming up.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What's positive that's going on in your life now?
Well, I'm a father. I love the Lord very much. Everything that I do, I hope glorifies Him. I hope my kids see that. They never see me. My kids never see me in that lifestyle. They only know me now. That's who I am. They never experienced that. I'm a husband. I'm a father, and I'm experiencing those things. My father wasn't there, but I had men that before I got clean and sober. God just seems to do things His way. I had men who came into my life and showed me things that I was in the conservation corps. I was still in the world, but I was trying to change at the time. And men came into my life and they showed me, they mentored me.
God does make a way.
Yes. And so they did those things. I ended up, I was able to get a lot of things through the California Conservation Corps. It's like Job Corps. It's a program. One of the men, African American brother, that's artist Lily, he took me under his wing. He got me into the programs, and he even brought me back after I had left and came back. But I eventually, learned some things, and I got my commercial driver license, and I got certificates of wildland firefighting through a community college, through the program. I did a lot of things, but it didn't pan out for a while until that day in February of '96 when I just said I couldn't do this no more. God just gave me the strength to turn away from those things.
Well, continue to stay committed to the program, and I appreciate your time that you're taking with me to come on the show and tell me about your experiences.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.